The hungry ghost, like Deepa Chopra calls these addictions, I call them the hungry ghosts of the soul. Addiction is the memory of some pleasure that will lead you to pain, to suffer. The pleasure is a lot more powerful than pain. You're going to get to that point in which pleasure will never be enough for you. Your addiction is hooked on some memory, maybe some memory of your childhood, which you can get rid of. I have decided. Let me start all over. Today I decide. Today at this moment, from this moment on, I don't hide myself anymore. From this moment, I am no longer afraid. From this moment on, I don't run after anyone anymore. From this moment on, I no longer depend on anyone else at all. From this moment on, I do what I want to do. From this moment on, I won't waste my time anymore. From this moment on, I will start wondering and trying to find out why I have that addiction. From this moment on, I will triumph in whatever I decide to do. I don't look back. I don't look to one side, to the other. I just look into this moment, into me, my present. From this moment on, I'm happy. Because you know what? Being happy is an option. Gabor Mate says that addiction is any behavior that gives you a temporary pleasure, temporary satisfaction. But at the long run, it will give you pain. And it will bring very negative consequences into your life. It is like a strategy to escape from pain, of a sorrow, of a trauma, of any kind of injury occur during your childhood, during your life. Namaskar, my friends. This is Devadatta from Dallas. Welcome to another session of Tu Poder Cuántico. Addiction is not a genetic disease. It's not a crime. It's not a choice that anyone makes. It's not a moral failure, sin. It's not a sign of your lack of character. And definitely it's not a mental illness like traditional medicine is trying to confirm. It is your response to your suffering, to any trauma from your childhood, from your life, to sexual abuse, to physical trauma, to emotional, psychological trauma, pain. It's kind of your form of momentarily escaping from your suffering. Whenever I see somebody drinking without control, somebody eating without control, somebody doing anything without control, I feel a lot of pain. I don't even feel sorry for that person. I feel pain. It's like somebody shooting with a gun into my heart. I feel that pain. Because it's really so big, this understanding that I have, that I can imagine the pain that this person is going through to react in his or her life like this, no? Destroying themselves. And you won't be healed of addiction. Getting any critic of myself is not that I have the power to say, oh my God, how terrible, he's a drug addict or whatever. That's not going to cure this person. What's going to cure this person is to understand this person, is to understand and comprehend why and what made this person to get to that point, to this point in his life or her life right now. What was the cause of this? What pain, what suffering was the cause of this? What's the cause of this trauma that you have? This reminds me, I had a very good friend, one of my best friends in Argentina. He died a long time ago, but I remember when I used to live in Buenos Aires still, and we used to go to my little house outside Buenos Aires. It was like 2 hours from Buenos Aires, and we spent the other weekends or whenever we went. And this guy he was an architect. He was extremely cultured. He was extremely well educated. He was extremely well traveled. So he was always telling all these adventures. And he was really very, very smart. But he was an alcoholic. And I remember I bought this kind of a commode or something, very old country style furniture, and I organized like a bar on the top, so my friends, when they came, they could drink whatever, no? Because I don't drink alcohol. I only drink really sometimes white wine. The rest, any kind of drink, I don't like. So I remember we got to that point that all the bottles were empty because my friend would have drunk them all. He really emptied all the bottles. And I remember, and I will never forget this, we were together in front of the fireplace in the night, talking until he fell asleep. And in those days, my stereo was with a cassette. No, I had a little cassette, and the music stopped because the cassette ended. And he was completely asleep, but the point is that he suddenly woke up and said, "Ooh, out of music. Fuera de música, out of music." I think that's such a hysterical phrase that I still laugh. And I was with a friend and we started to laugh at my friend, no? It was so funny. And this shows you that how the subconscious is so strong that even if you're asleep, you can hear, no? And he heard the silence, and he couldn't bear the silence, so he said, "Oh, out of music, something's wrong," no? He woke up to say that. Within each of us, there is a higher you, a higher self, that wants to communicate with you. I was wondering if that moment was the moment that the higher self was communicating with him. We all have that higher being within. Alcoholics and non-alcoholic people, addicts and non-addict people, we all do. And I think that when you are afraid, or when you separate a little bit about that communication with that higher self, you become blinded in that addiction, whatever it is. Addictions don't tell you the truth. They lie to you. It's like having a gambling partner. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Las Vegas and I could see this. These people desperate for winning, making one more cent. Let's play again. You're going to win. And they will never win. And through this blindness, we let go those signs that subconscious mind, that higher self is trying to tell you. And I think one of the first things you should do is to accept yourself, to accept your situation, to accept your problem, observe it from the outside of yourself. No, it's like I always say, I do a little jump here, and I stand in front of me, and I watch myself. What are you doing? What is it that you're thinking? Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you thinking this? And when you accept yourself, you allow yourself to face those problems, those black moments in your life, no? And you see them with transparency, with truth, with a new optimism, and you forgive yourself. Because when you don't forgive yourself, you live with guilt, and when you live with guilt, you live in the past. And when you live in the past, you reap resentment, you reap hate, you reap jealousy. You have it like these frustrations, no? I really would like you now to just relax, inhale and exhale, and sit, like I always tell you, on the floor against the wall, very straight, and start feeling yourself. Relax those shoulders, relax your neck. Just for a second, we're going to do a little exercise with ourselves. And it would be really wonderful if you could ask yourself, what do I really want to do? What do I really want to do with my life, with myself? What is it that I always wanted to do? What is it that I always wanted to have? What is my real, true passion? There must be something else, something more in my life than to be drinking all day, to be watching Netflix until 6 o'clock in the morning every night. Why is it that I'm doing this? Who am I? What is it that I want to do? What is it that I want from life? What is that thing that this higher self is telling me and I'm not listening? What is my instinct telling me and I'm not paying attention? Today I encourage myself to follow my intuition. Today I listen to that voice that has been talking to me for so long and I haven't listened. I wasn't paying attention. And when you start paying attention, believe me, your life changes. But remember that the purpose of your life is not something that you will find. It's something that you feel. You feel it, wow, I feel it breathing. I feel it in my skin. I feel it in my mind. I feel it in my heart. I feel it when I breathe. And when you connect with yourself, with your true being, which has been always telling you the truth, you no longer strive in life. You no longer strive to move forward. You no longer have to make that sacrifice of representing who you are not. You no longer chase life, because you know what? You become life. You start living your truth and not the truth of others. And this will give you inner peace. This will bring you tranquility. And when you are tranquil, you see clearly. This will give you this state of freedom. Freedom from that obligation that a life had imposed on you. That obligation that your fears have imposed on you. That your own mind have imposed on you. As the Buddha said, unite earthly joy with spiritual tranquility. How wonderful! Earthly joy with spiritual tranquility. Material and spiritual. Physical and spiritual. start thinking, why is it? Why of my addiction? Why of your addiction? Why do I hurt myself? Why do I punish myself? And I think one of the answers is really because others do. Others do it. People do it. Because that's what they taught me to do, to react, to behave. So stop following what must be done. Follow your own path. Follow your inner voice. Follow that voice of your superior being, of your superior you. And little by little, you're going to start feeling better. And little by little, you're going to start seeing that, ooh, I was doing this that was only hurting myself and making me lose time, a lot of time. I don't need this in my life anymore. And this will change your energy. And when you change your energy, you will attract other energies. Other energies much higher to your life. My experience was that I started to have this understanding of what truly love is. How to feel free. I started to feel so free that I didn't have to think about freedom anymore. I was free. I was feeling that love. It's like love comes naturally to you, without obligations, without thinking, like breathing. And you start loving by loving yourself. And when you start loving yourself, you love the universe. And love is not just an emotion. Love is the magic of life. And Deepak Chopra was saying that one of the ways of dealing with this addiction could be meditation, no? And I believe in that, yeah. But this is right to some few people, not everybody can do this. Or kind of a meditation. I would put it like in a pure creative state, implanting new memories in my life, no? Like he was saying, creating new memories in my life, trying to forget about those memories that brought me to be addicted to this, to that, whatever it is. I'm going to make new memories, so I have new addictions, but good ones. New experiences, new actions of love, of peace, of enjoyment. Looking like for new possibilities of love, of that creativity. Like read a new book, listen to new music, go for a walk, go to the gym. Things that will make me healthier in any kind of way. Plan a new diet. Instead of eating 3 kilograms of ice cream today, I'm going to try to eat or make water-based ice cream. No, because this ice cream, I like it, and it's not going to make me fat. I particularly love hearing mantras. I love mantras. I'm going to leave you the link of some of my favorite mantras. That's funny because I found them in the internet, and you can say, oh, by chance, and you know what, the chance doesn't exist. The mantras came back to me because those mantras are the mantras that I used to listen before starting my instruction of a yoga instructor. So I remember that for months we would listen to this music and mantras first thing in the morning, at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I found them, and they're exactly the same ones, so I'm sure they were using the same tape or whatever. They found me, destiny, life. You see, when you're connected with life, life connects with you. And before saying goodbye, I would like to really make it very clear. I'm not trying to replace any doctor, any psychiatrist, anything like that, because I'm not a professional psychiatrist, analyst, or doctor, whatever. I'm just talking through my experience. I was addicted to watch movies, I was addicted to the internet, whatever. Things that really hurt my life and slow my life. So trying to find out how did they come to my life, why, I found a reason, and I could deal with that reason. But this would be also a good chance to tell you that all these drug addicts that nowadays in Los Angeles, unfortunately, it's going on over there. It's not about walking to the park and sitting down around the fire singing Kumbaya. Nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing will happen. You really need medical help, professional help. I was just talking about other things, lighter things. Namaskar, my friends. Here, Devadatta from Dallas. Dawn of Friday, September the 15th. Infinite liberation to all of you. And for you that you're really, really into deep travel with this addiction, all my love and my good energy and hope. Lots and lots of hope. Find help and get better. Be happy.